Hello and welcome to On Your Lane. This is the best place for ambitious people who are taking charge of their lives, making that impact, making that income, and living fulfilling lives. And today we're talking about something really crucial about how your attention is sacred. Yes, I used sacred because that's how important it is. In this time, and any other time really, but really in this time, there's a lot that is vying for our attention, and whatever manages to catch our attention controls us. I'll give you an example of social media and how it has really taken hold of people and our lives. You see how it is that your conversation are controlled by what you saw on social media, what you are moved by, the competition, comparison, how you live your life, even just hang out with your friends. You're like, okay, I need a picture for my social. It has controlled how you live your life, what you wear, what you don't wear, and where you go, what you don't go. So your attention is that sacred. What has your attention is already pulling you in a certain direction. And when something is vying for your attention, it has a purpose for you. So if I am asking for your attention right now, I'm hoping to motivate you, inspire you, and give you the tools that you need to achieve the goals that you have. So if you give me a lot of attention, you watch a lot of my stuff, that's where you'll be going. When you give God your attention, He's looking to show you your purpose and help you achieve the dream and the vision that He has put within you. So if you give God a lot of attention, He's going to help you do that. If you give social media a lot of your attention, it'll help you connect with people. It'll help you compare. It'll help you compete. It'll help you with so many different things, good and negative. But it has a purpose. So whatever needs your attention and is asking for your attention has a purpose for it. Now, your job as the CEO of your life is to pause and say, what am I giving my attention to? Because whatever you give your attention to is going to draw you away or pull you towards the goals that you desire. So the first thing you should do with this sacred attention is to set your goal clearly. What do you want from life? If you want to live a life that honors God, then how much attention are you giving to God? If you want to build $1 billion business, if you want to build an NGO that impacts children, if you want to build a family that is solid and grounded, whatever your goal is, set it clearly. Because when you have a clear goal, it allows you then to be able to assess what you're doing about it. Are you having supporting habits that are helping your goal? Are your priorities in line with it? That is important to do. But it has to first of all come from you setting a clear goal and asking questions like, what do I want from my life? Why am I here? What is important to me? If I die today, what will I regret? What do I wish I could do better? These are tough questions because they point to you and your flaws and things that you might not like to have answers to. But when you do that, they'll show you where your priorities should be, and they'll help you guide your life so that you can avoid the frustration and regrets that come with misguided attention. Now you have set a clear goal, right? Now see what habits you have in place. See what priorities you have in place. Habits and priorities. List them down. And just say, I think my priorities every day are this. And then my habits every day are this. I do this when I wake up. I'm on social media at this time. I watch TV at this time. I read a book. I pray. I run. I jog. Like things that you do automatically. List them down. And then your priorities every day. List them down. Bring them together. Are these things matching? Because if you say my priority is God, my family, and my business, and then my friends, and then everything else, but your habits are social media, sleeping, TV, then it's mismatched. For you to feel centered in life and to make consistent progress towards what matters, your priorities and your habits have to be linked. So if you say my priority is God, then that means on the other side, your habits have to be, I wake up in the morning to pray. I have some consistent quiet time. I spend time at church. I read the word. Like that is showing those habits that are backing up the priority. But if your priority is there and it has no habits that are backing it up, it's a fake priority. And usually, and I did this exercise for me at some point, and I was like, you know what? I think my priorities are messed up. I say I'm prioritizing one thing and I'm leaving out another thing. So if you say I'm prioritizing my family, but in a day you barely give them time because you're on your phone, then that's messed up. And when you list your correct priorities according to the attention you give them, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to say that most of us, our priorities are maybe work because we're forced to or we have to, and then it's social media, then it's friends, then maybe it's family, then it's God. And sometimes you find then the priorities they're strangers because you care more about strangers on the internet or strangers on the street rather than yourself. So you actually make decisions and like, okay, I want them to see that I'm driving a Merc. I want them to like priorities are usually important guiding principles of our lives, and most of the times they don't match with the destination we have set and the habits that we have. And that is always a cry for help. I don't know why I'm doing air quotes, but that's a cry for help. Like your life is saying, no, we're going in a different way. Change your attention, change how you allocate time so that we can achieve the things that we want to achieve. Now that you have your priorities and your habits in place, now let's shift things. Shift those habits. Habits are a whole subject to deal with, where we can actually see how does one really go about changing a habit, because a habit is a rooted action, a rooted behavior that you take automatically, but it's changeable. It starts with you identifying it like you did in the previous step. But right now we're going to just give time, give attention to the things that matter. So if you say, I love God, I want to love Him more, I want my business to flourish, I want my marriage to work, my children to love me, I want to connect with my friends. Those are the priorities you're setting. Now give them time. It doesn't mean every day, like I have an hour with this. No, it just means consistent time. Because I promise you, there's no friendship that is thriving in your life that you don't give time to. So whatever you start giving intentional time, quality time, and divided attention, it will start to flourish, it will start to take. So if you are giving time to your business, you start seeing opportunities, you start seeing ways how you can improve, you start seeing partnerships, you start seeing potential. If you start giving time to the Word of God, and this happened to me, your faith starts getting stronger and your vision starts getting clearer, your confidence starts increasing. It happens, but you have to make the decision to say, I'm intentionally giving time to this. One thing that I'm intentionally doing is to give an hour every day to reading, because I do a lot of sharing. I'm always filling up my mind because I need to replenish, I need to keep learning. I enjoy it, but it has to be intentional, because if I get busy, I'll get busy pushing so many things, I'll find that I am empty. So just saying, okay, every day I'll give an hour to reading is something that I'm doing, because I know if I do that consistently over a month, I'll be surprised the knowledge I'll have. I'll be surprised the insights and the opportunities that I would begin to see. So that's an example of what I'm doing in my shifting. So that is allowing me to relocate time from social media. Because as much as I'm talking to you about social media, I also spend time on social, and I sometimes see it and think this has to change. So I'm like, okay, taking some time from my social media downtime and putting it in my book reading, because this will build me up and this wears me out sometimes, right? So that kind of shifting is important, and you must intentionally do it. And when you're doing something new for the first time, you tend to be like 6 hours in prayer, 7 hours in workouts. They're like, okay, you only have 12 active hours. What can you do? So be gentle with these transitions, but just set up your life in a way that you're consistently giving time and attention to the things that matter, because that will help you progress faster than you can even imagine. The last thing I'm going to share is that you have to guard your attention, because there's so much vying for it, and everything that is vying for your time has a purpose. You knowing your purpose, you knowing your vision, then you have to be able to say, oh, that friend should never get any of my attention. That platform on social should never get any of my attention. That community meeting should never get any of my like you are sitting down and saying, guarding it, guard it, because you're understanding that whatever is taking your attention, even a little bit of it, is going to do something with it for its own purpose, right? So if that community meeting you go to, you just end up coming depressed, you're angry, you're whatever, then stop giving it your attention and pull away. That's your role as the CEO of your life. You're in charge here. So you can say, oh, I hate being there. Oh, I hate seeing this. I sit with people and I'm talking and they're like, oh, this person is so annoying on social media. I'm like, why are you still following them then? They're giving you a negative energy and you're talking about them the rest of the day. It's not worth it. So guard your attention, because your attention is precious. And whatever you give your attention to is drawing you somewhere. And so you have to make sure that it's drawing you to a place where you will delight in, a place where you celebrate, a place where you be like, I want it to be here. Not like, what happened? Oh, how did I get here? What am I doing here? I don't want to be here. And that's what we do most of the times. We give time to things that don't matter. In short, your life is going in the direction of your attention. That's it. So take a fair assessment and make the adjustments. Slow but sure adjustments really result into big things. But make that adjustment. I hope this was helpful for you. If you really want to get deeper and uncover your success, check out the link for Zone of Success in the description box. There's a short but powerful exercise you can do that will help you see where you should put your attention, where it will give you more fruit and reward. And also, if you want to do more deep work, then check out the Circle of Greatness. It's a 4-week course that helps you move from where you want to be and build the legacy that you desire. I hope you enjoyed hanging with me. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, share, and I will see you on Tuesday if you're on YouTube and on Thursday if you're on the podcast. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.